You guys are all so awesome. I was blown away by how talented all of you are and how passionate you all seem about music.
You guys were absolutely fantastic. I very much enjoyed playing alongside such talented musicians. I hope you keep playing and practicing no matter where you end up in life.
Harmony Project is a mentoring program that uses music as a tool for social inclusion and positive youth development. We build orchestras and bands with the vision that each child in the program will become a productive, responsible and caring citizen. We build pretty much the context for the child to learn the values of discipline, the responsibility and collaboration. When we play in the orchestra, we realize that we can achieve more and higher if we work together. Harmony Project started in Los Angeles, in LA, in 2001 with 36 students. Today there are over 3,000 children in the program across the United States, and here in Phoenix we have about 160. We work with schools that don't have an instrumental music program in place, and we try to be a resource for them.
I was introduced to Diogo by a friend of mine at ASU named Chaz, and Chaz is the flute instructor at the Harmony Project. And about a year ago we had talked about the idea of doing something where the ASU concert band, which is typically run by graduate students such as myself, where Chaz's students is featured with the concert band in some way, shape, or form. And so like, great idea, we'll work that one out. So the beginning of the academic year started, and met with Chaz and Diogo was super receptive to the idea of having these sort of concerto pieces for young soloists with a concert band at the collegiate level backing them up. And so it's like, well, we can make this a bigger thing. Sure, let's do it. What I didn't know is there's not a lot of repertoire out there. I also realized, oh, I'm on a college campus with a school of music. So a few weeks after the meeting with Diogo and Chaz, I went to the ASU composition studio and gave a little presentation about what we were trying to do, what writing for a band at different ability levels means in terms of publishing and that sort of thing, and just kind of hoped that some students might be interested, and there was a lot of positive feedback.
Melanie Brooks actually gave a presentation in our composition seminar one day, and I thought it was interesting, so I signed up. When I started playing music, I was around the same age as all the Harmony Project kids, and I just thought of the journey it took me through and all the positive experiences I had, and I wanted to portray that in my piece. And I just sat down at the piano and started playing around with different melodies until I found something I liked, and I based the whole piece off of that.
I realized this was for an age group that's quite young, so I tried to come up with material that is simple to play and also enjoyable to play for little kids. And I was assigned string players as my soloists, and being a string player myself, I tried to think back to when I was learning the instrument and what was difficult, what was hard to play, and balance that out with the concert band.
The challenge was to write an easier solo part, but to write a harder band part presents a whole nother issue, because as a trumpet player, I wrote a trumpet piece, and so for me it's like I have to be able to like just sight read this and like have zero problems like at all, like a second year player could play this.
When I saw that this was an opportunity to write for a kind of middle school grade level, I immediately was excited about it because I've had success in this area before. And then the challenge of writing for not only a middle school soloist, but then a more advanced band accompaniment, that actually was really attractive to me, because I knew kind of how to write for the middle school instrumentalist, but I felt sometimes that, I was kind of limited by what I was able to do with just only having, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders that could play the music, but having, the solo part which I could write, and then having a more kind of complex and intricate accompaniment was something that I was very eager to tackle.
At the end of the day with the concert, we premiered 5 new pieces and got to involve not just Chaz and his flute students, but also clarinets and violins and cellos and percussion and trumpet. And that was really special. It's something like a little pebble that was dropped into the pond of ideas with just working with Chaz turned into a much bigger collaboration. I think it was a fantastic project.
For me, it's a huge opportunity for every kid to play in a kind of organization. So first, because we encourage the kid to prepare the concert for a special moment, right? So at the same time, when I see the students playing in the orchestra, the band, so you feel like it's more than just play with the wind ensemble. It's more like be part of a community.
Our students, they play in orchestras every month. We have concerts in the community every month. But they never play as soloists. They always play as part of the orchestra. So, of course, I think they more than the musical challenges of being the soloist is to present themselves as the main subject, the main character for something so important.
I learned how the music works here in the United States and how the instruments can be together with all the music here.
I think the thing that I'm going to remember most is the people who I met, because I was able to meet new people, a new experience too, and it was nice to meet also the people part of Harmony Project. Since I'm new, I was able to meet more of them, and we were able to play as a group together, get to know each other, and also part of the ASU concert too, like the ASU band. We were able to meet them and learn a few facts about them.
It was like at the ASU concert, it was like we all started getting ready to start playing our parts. We each had different soloists. I played with other 5 flutes. And it was like exciting to us because I get to see the people, they're enjoying for the music, they're like being proud of it, they love the music almost like that.
I've been playing the violin ever since I was in 6th grade, so for about almost 3 years. At our school harmony project. Violin was always kind of like a life goal to play. Like I've always wanted to play the violin, but when I first started, it wasn't as easy as I thought it was to be. So I had some difficulty, but I learned that the more you practice, the better you get. And my goal was from last concert to be at least to be last concert master.
It's a different type of music making than just playing a march or any sort of regular band or ensemble piece.
Well, and our jobs changed too.
Yes.
That was the thing. One of the pieces I conducted was a little bit more challenging, but so I had to devote more of my time to the soloist to make sure the soloist was confident. And then, the band has to make an adjustment to that. Like, oh wait, she's not paying attention to us. Or I cued the soloist, and then a first clarinet player played even though they had a rest, during one of the rehearsals, and I'm like, nope. So just an adjustment period. And I think initially when we started with the full band and then split it, the first day we split it, it was like a big drop off just because the confidence wasn't there.
Oh yeah.
But then after that, they grew really, really quickly.
It was really humbling to see all these kids take part in a project like this and really enjoy what they're doing. So I'm honored to be part of this project.
It was really rewarding at the concert because, and actually especially like at their run-out concert that they did at a school where, you know, is all the families involved in the Harmony Project. And to have all of those parents in the audience when Titania was playing was, I mean, it's definitely changed the meaning of the piece for me. You know, so for that, I'm like eternally grateful.
The response from the audience, the number of parents and community members that were there, both the small performance and at Evelyn Smith as well, I think that all of the pieces were performed relatively well. I thought the soloists all did really, really fine. But overall, you know, we're in this whole music business to create art and share it with people, and that was one of those concerts where that's exactly what happened. There was an appreciation for everything from everybody, from the soloists to their families, to our teachers, to the students in the concert band and the composers. It was really just a really good feeling at that concert in response to the performance.
I am quite impressed with the Harmony Project. I mean, I think the level of skill and musicianship that these kids have at their age is better than I would have expected from a kid their age. And so it's very impressive. Like, I remember the concert opened with the Star Spangled Banner. 2 trumpet players came out and played that. And that's a hard piece to play. And they were able to play it, the whole thing, top to bottom. And I think it might have been from memory. I can't remember. And so I thought that was pretty impressive.
It's really amazing because it gives kids who wouldn't normally have the opportunity to learn musical instruments. It gives them that.
Thank you for showing me like how is your band, like how you guys play, and how is it there, like that.
Thank you for the opportunity to play with you, and I hope one day be one of them.
I think for him they take more confidence after the concert. You know what I mean? You feel like, okay, that's possible. I can do more. You know what I mean? So that's being a lot for me. Because he can dream what we can do in the future.
I would say thank you because it was great. It was a great opportunity because the composers had wrote a special piece for us to play, and it felt really exciting, you know, because it feels nice to have someone dedicate some music for you to play, and then being able to play with people who are professional and who like in college, and they allow you to play with them, and it feels nice.
They were so sweet, so nice. Everybody was so kind, and we felt so comfortable. It was just like, hi, and you know, it was great. It was a great environment. I loved it.
We're very fortunate that there's a program like Harmony Projects, you know, where we can bring our kids. We are very fortunate that we're getting that kind of opportunities.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to play and express the music for all the world to see and all the people to hear.
Harmony Project Phoenix now is like a big family. We have a lot of students who we really want the best for them. You know, we really want the best for them. And of course, I'm suspect to say, but you know, ASU is one of the best schools in the country, so we want them to be there.
Feedback from the concert band students, I was surprised and super happy to hear such an overwhelmingly positive response from the concert band students. Sometimes this is hard to tell. You know, are you really enjoying this? And yes, they were, just for getting to be a role model, and even for the Harmony Project students getting to share their talents at such a young age and inspire parents and even college students. Sharing feels great. I think we need to do this sort of thing in some capacity every year.
It was an honor getting to play with such fantastic young men and women who are passionate about music.
You guys all sounded amazing. You guys had amazing confidence, and it was such a pleasure to have watched you guys grow that much within such a short amount of time. You guys amaze me, and I really hope to see all you soon.
All the Harmony Project kids did great. It has been so much fun working with you all, and I hope you all continue to do music even as you walk different paths in life.